Okay, so liquid soap dispensers. So the problem with these, of course, is that the tube doesn't go all the way to the bottom, and so you always end up with there's soap in the bottom that you can't get out of the dispenser, and it's like, so why am I even using the dispenser in the first place? So how could you design a bottle where you could use the dispenser and be able to get everything out of the bottom? So one way to do this would be we have to sort of change the bottle. So everything up here is the same, but then on the bottom, what you'd want to do is do something like this for the bottom. And then that way, all of your soap or whatever liquid it is you're trying to pump out is going to tend to pool down in this one area instead of all along the flat part of this design here. So now that you have your bottom like this, of course, then you still have to have a base to support it so it doesn't tip over. But then you need to pump the fluids out of here, so you can still have this design here where you have a tube that comes in, but now you've got to get it down to here, and so now that messes up the top of your bottle. Because your tube might have to come up and like maybe do a little curve or something. Or you'd move the top over here, and now your tube is coming down the edge. So another way you could do this is you'd have your bottle and we have the bottom like this, but then you take the tube and you run the tube on the outside of it. And then come up to your pumping apparatus. And then, so then that way, you definitely are going to get every last drop because it comes to the bottom here, and you're able to pump it up. And so this whole dispensing problem, it like isn't a problem with the dispenser itself, it's a problem with the bottle. And so you have to basically invent a whole new type of bottle, and which means you have to have a whole different bottle manufacturing facility, because like the way that the bottles are typically made here, to be able to modify that process to be able to have this extra feature. I mean, some types of bottles you can, some types of bottles, like if you're making it out of ceramic or something, might be able to, but then if you use this design here, so maybe like a 3D printer, you have a channel with this tube that comes up through it, and this is actually a really funny problem because all you need is you just need the dispenser at the bottom, right? Like, but so you put the dispenser at the bottom, but now the dispenser's poking out the side, and so you got to pack these and ship them, and now you got to worry about the dispensers getting hit off the side, and it's just a really funny problem. It's like, what, is this even worth thinking about? Just to get the extra little bit out, and you have to completely reinvent the wheel in order to do so, it seems. And like, I mean, I guess you do like sort of stopgap half thing here, and like, okay, we can get an extra couple squirts out, but that's funny. It doesn't even seem like it's worth thinking about.